guys, welcome back to another video about Mustangs and stuff. If you're new here, I make videos about my 03 Cobra. What's up? So, in today's video, I was thinking, let's talk about the IRS. Should you replace your IRS? Should you go solid rear axle, SRA? Should you keep the IRS? Personally, I still have the IRS. I like my IRS. Some people don't like the IRS. They get a solid rear axle. So starting out with pros, one big pro with getting rid of your IRS and going to a solid rear axle is you're going to be able to go drag race your Cobra and not worry about snapping your half shafts in half. You've seen all those videos of the Cobras that try to drag race with the IRS and they just snappy, a little snappy. Another pro to switching your IRS to a solid rear axle is it's much cheaper if your solid rear axle breaks. Like if your solid rear axle does break, it's going to be much cheaper to replace the parts than to replace the IRS parts. The IRS is, it's expensive to rebuild that thing. Like it is much more expensive to rebuild an independent rear suspension than to rebuild a solid rear axle car. Another pro to going solid rear axle is that you'll save over 100 pounds. I think it's like something like 120 pounds that you'll save by switching to Geico from an IRS. Like you're getting rid of weight, so less weight means more fast, right? Like more fast, less weight, more fast. But the other thing is that because you're getting rid of, there's someone behind me. Because you're getting rid of weight that is like right there where your rear tires are at, it might cause you to have a little bit more spinny boy action. A little bit of the spinny boy because you're getting rid of some of the weight in the back of your car. Getting rid of some of the weight around where your rear tires are out could cause those rear tires to be weighed down. Well, it is going to cause the rear tires to be weighed down less. You're getting rid of some of the weight in the back. You're going to have more weight in the front, less weight in the back. That's not how the car was meant to be. Like, that's not how the car, what am I even saying? What I'm saying is that you're going to need more tire if you've got a solid rear axle because you're just not going to be pressing down as hard on those tires because there's not as much weight. Why was that so hard? Why was that so hard for me to say? God. Stupid. Jordan. So what about the cons? So one con that I can instantaneously think of, just like the instantaneous power that I get from this blower. I'm sorry, that was cheesy. One thing that I can instantly think of is, I forgot what I was going to say. I just went over a manhole, and it reminded me that I'm going to say that going over manholes would hurt your sphincter a lot worse if you had a solid rear axle. Because I have an independent rear suspension, each tire can independently hit its own manhole, and it's not going to make the whole back end of the car go like pop up. So when you get a solid rear axle in there and you go over a deep manhole, it's just going to make you bounce. And that's painful because these old SN95 cars are like literally like go-karts compared to like some of the newer SN9. The point is, you're gonna have a much rougher ride. It's gonna be a rough boy. It's gonna be a rough boy. You're gonna get beat around quite a lot more, especially if you tune your suspension for drag racing and you have some coilovers on your car. Oh my God, it's gonna be very rough. I live in Gastonia, North Carolina. The roads are not the greatest here. I drive this car 2 or 3 days a week. I don't want it to ride like that. I've never drag raced this car. I probably never will. So for me, I don't want that rough ride. I just don't want it. Another con is just going to be that you're not going to have the same grip in the turns if you switch to a solid rear axle because your axle is going to be one solid thing. So when you bear into a sharp right turn, it's not going to be like this. Your right tire is not going to be able to independently make its own moves from your left tire. I'm trying to explain this, but I'm a complete idiot. So just hear me out. You're going to have one solid brick. Your car's going to be bricked up back there, and when you try to make that right turn, you're just not going to be able to go as fast. You're not going to be able to take the turn as fast, or you might cause some spinny boy action and potentially even spin out and hit a crowd or something like that. It's probably happened before. Probably somebody with a Cobra with a bunch of horsepower tried to do their normal stuff, and then they started hitting crowds. That could be why Cobras hit crowds, because of the solder axle swapping their Cobras. I'm totally just trolling right now, so don't get mad and leave it like a giant comment about how I'm stupid. So last but not least, if you get rid of your IRS, you're getting rid of the thing that makes the 0304 Cobra the 0304 Cobra. I'm just kidding. That's the blower. That is the blower. And I already got rid of the blower, so... Sorry, I had to take a moment of silence to let the car speak for a second. If you get rid of your IRS, you are getting rid of one of the important parts, in my opinion, of the 0304 Cobra platform. One of the things that makes this car so cool is that it is so different. It's got an IRS, it's got a boosted 4-valve. It's just cool. Like I'm a little bit of a purist in the way that, like, I think it's really cool when I see guys that are drag racing but are using a built IRS as opposed to a solder axle. No, don't get me wrong. If you're drag racing on a budget, or you just like don't care about, like, you just have a Cobra to drag race and you ball a solder axle because if it breaks it's cheaper and you just don't want to have to deal with IRS, I'm not faulting you. Like, I'm not talking crap or anything. I'm just saying, like, I think IRS Cobras are cool. I see the guys that have the 6-speed IRS Cobras that are drag racing and have world records with the 6-speed setup. You know, they're still 6-speed, got like a Matic clutch and the IRS and the 3-0 Whipple. Those guys to me are like cool. They're cool. Like, they're heroes in the Cobra world to me. I'm not faulting people that went ahead and swapped to a solder axle or are going turbo, but I really think that, like, 6-speed blower Cobras are cool with the IRS still on there. Like, to me, it's cool to see that. I mean, look, personally, I really like my IRS. I really like, so I've got BC coilovers, and I can stiffen up my front suspension, or I can loosen it up if I want to go around turns fast. I can stiffen my front suspension if I want to launch the car on the highway, do like a second to third, or a first, second, third, fourth, or whatever. I can make the springs. I can go the other direction. I can soften the springs. I can soften things up, and so I can do a little bit of both. Of course, I'm not going to go and launch this car at the drag strip. I make 631 wheel horsepower. I've got a 2-through Whipple. I've got cams, and I've got basically a stock IRS. So I'd probably rip it in half. But I don't care to do that. I'm not a drag kind of guy. A lot of guys love drag racing Cobras. I've kind of been burned out on it because I've been watching Cobras be drag raced since 2009, 2010, and I personally just want to build like a cool street car that inspires other people to build cool street cars and enjoy them. That's why I make videos, honestly. But yeah, guys, if you want to build a drag car that's just about drag racing and you don't mind sacrificing a little bit of drivability, and you don't care if things are a little bit more bumpy, and you know, you want to reduce a little bit of weight, you're cool with, you know, driving with slicks, because if you're making a bunch of power and you have a solder axle, you're definitely going to need slicks, even more than if you have an IRS, because it's going to be easier to spin tires. Just think about all that stuff, you know. Don't really take advice from me because I'm an idiot. Like, I'm not a mechanic, so, you know, don't go and do things because Jordan said so. I'm just giving you guys some information and my thoughts and opinions on everything, and you guys can go make a decision on if you want to, like, IRS swap, or sorry, if you want a solder axle swap, or keep your Cobra and IRS. I personally like the IRS, and that's just me. I like going around turns at Crowder's Mountain. It's fun for me. I'll see you guys next video. Like if you enjoyed this video, comment if you have any questions or concerns, and don't make fun of all my fumbles, because I'm not going to cut this that much. I'm going to keep all the weird stuff that I said, and I just do that when I film. Just me. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Much love.